Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, I have a very special podcast for you guys because I'm joined by one of my beautiful clients. Levana and I worked together for about 4 months, and I still remember that initial call that we had last year in around, I think, October. The transformation that she's had, the 4 months that we worked together, was and is amazing. And that's exactly why I want her to share her success story with you guys, because I know so many of you are gonna learn from her, are gonna get motivated by her journey. And I just gonna hopefully you're gonna get started with your journey. You're gonna stop waiting for the perfect moment to get started. But I still remember that initial call, some things that you mentioned to me. I remember that you told me that you were an overthinker. I remember that you told me that you were stuck in your comfort zone, that you were not able to train inside the gym, like you were just using the outdoor area of the gym because you were feeling a little bit anxious about going into the gym and using the machines, different equipment. I know that you moved to Spain 3 years ago, so obviously that always made a difference, speaking a different language that you don't really speak too much, but being in a different place with different people, everything just kind of like came together and changed things, and you were not able to be consistent with your training. 4 months later, you have this confidence from I don't know where, but you have this amazing confidence going to the gym, using different equipment, like doing all those things, getting amazing success, physically with your fitness and also mentally. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. But thank you so much, Levana, for being here and for taking the time. I know the time zone is a little bit different, so it's your morning. I think you're like maybe 9 a.m. right now.
Something. Yeah. Not a bad time.
9 a.m., 7 p.m. here, but we're doing it. But yeah, tell us a little bit more about how you felt before yourself and your fitness before you joined my program.
Yeah, so I was at a point, I was postpartum as well. I think, was I going on 6, 7 months postpartum, I think maybe, or around there. My fitness journey, it's been a long one. Like I have been in the gym since college, which has been about 14, 15 years. I've been in and out of the gym. I've been active. I enjoy being active. However, it's been a long kind of progress. I've gone from when I first started, I used to use all the gym equipment. That was the only thing I used to use. And then as I kind of learned more, I got more comfortable with free weights, barbell, things like that. And I ended up kind of avoiding the machines altogether. And I never kind of went back to them. And it became a bit of, I suppose, an area and a space where, I'd start if I had time away from the gym, or just depending on headspace or whatever, you'd get that gym anxiety, like walking into the gym. And it was just an area I just ended up avoiding and getting anxious about. And there'd be new machines come out. So I just didn't keep up with like what was in that area or anything at all. And anyway, I've got 2 girls now. So I've got a 7-year-old and a 1-year-old. So there have been moments I was stopping starting exercise and working out. I've never done a proper consistent coaching course at all for training. I've jumped in boot camps. I've done random CrossFit classes. I've done F45. I've done I've always changed things up. And then, once we came here to Spain, I joined the gym. It was, again, very different when you start at a new gym. I had that gym anxiety, so I was really nervous. I found a couple of areas I felt comfortable in, and I stuck to it. So like you said, there's an outdoor area with free weights, and I would just walk in the gym, avoid everything, and go straight there. And then once I was there, I could breathe. I'd do a few things. I got into the process of doing just random workouts I saw online, and I'd save them. They looked cool. They looked like I'd enjoy them. I'd save them and do them. Rather than, having anything structured and with reason and purpose behind it, I was kind of just doing what my headspace allowed me to do. And then, it's kind of been that process. Then, I saw more of your stuff online. People I knew as well were doing your coaching. And that's kind of where that interest began. I was in a space where I was kind of stuck. I was postpartum. I was wanting to get back into training. I didn't know how or what to do. I overthought all the time, like just you know, that when you walk in a space and it's a space that gives you a bit of anxiousness, and then you start overthinking and then you feel stupid, you feel like you've lost all your form or knowledge in that space. And yeah, I was kind of in a bit of a rut, like wanting to get somewhere but not knowing how to start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's a pretty common feeling to have that anxiety of, not knowing the space, especially because it's a different country. I just feel like not speaking the language, different country, different people, different everything. It just
Yeah.
makes things more complicated for you because it was different, literally everything
Yeah.
compared to someone else that just trains in the country. And yeah, that anxiety is completely normal. But how do you feel now? Like, 4 months into my program, well, it's been now over 6 months by the time that we've been together. 4 months into my program, how do you feel now with your fitness, like with everything? How do you feel now?
Yeah, I feel great. Like I feel so clear. I feel having your structure in the program and stuff, like being able to turn up every day and having that structure, having that accountability, it really taught me discipline. Like I don't think I've ever had proper gym or training discipline. I've just gone on my feelings, gone on my mindset, gone on my mood, which for women is hard because we're constantly, our cycles are constantly throwing us around. So that's not very maintainable. Like it's horrible. And so having gone through your program and learning discipline, learning that mindset, you know, over your feelings and your mood and just showing up, it got me to just, yeah, a really good place. And it got me on new machines that I'd never done before, ones that I was always kind of afraid to try as well, ones that I used to do and then I stopped doing. So your program got me back in that area. It broke down those walls of like, I don't know what I was overthinking. Like once you're on a machine, it's fine. It's a machine, it's easy. But it just, yeah, like now I can walk in and I'll feel comfortable going anywhere. I don't need to I don't care about who's around me. I don't care if there's a machine that I have no idea what it is. I'll go up, I'll inspect it, I'll take my time figuring it out and not care what I look like. Just making sure I'm getting the machine done right. Whereas before, I would like scope out from across the room who was on that machine, how you use it, so that I knew when I would walk up to it, I could get straight on and know exactly what I'm doing because I didn't want to look like an idiot. Like, but really, no one's really noticing what you're doing. So yeah, I feel so much more confident in that space, but also my mental discipline. And I think that kind of trickled into lots of different areas. So I've started running again more now too. And mentally that can be hard, like getting up and just getting going. But I've got such a better mental strength now where like as soon as I get that thought, I can chuck on my gear and just start going. And when the running gets hard, just that mental switch of being able to just talk yourself through it. Really, it's like, yeah, it's set up a whole new space in my mind of like I can do this and I can show up. And yeah, it's cool. I feel really good.
Yeah, I think that's so
And
beautiful.
physically too, obviously physically I feel better, stronger, a bit more in proportion. My form's a lot better. My posture is better because again through pregnancy and having a newborn and breastfeeding and things, your posture can change too. And my photos show that. Like it was terrible. I had no idea how bad it, like I not how bad I looked, but how bad the posture was. Until I started seeing the changes with you, like a couple or even a month or two, and it happened pretty fast.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the physical changes that you've had are just amazing because you can clearly see like on the pictures, and that's why like I always get you guys like to take pictures because you can see everything, like the difference. But it's mainly that mindset change that you had, like pushing through those setbacks, but like those obstacles, that anxiety that you mentioned, which is completely normal. It happens to all of us. And I think it's because we overthink too much. We worry too much about what people are gonna say, worry too much about
Yeah.
if they're looking, they're gonna see me not knowing how to use this machine. I'm gonna look like a fool, which everything is just up here. Like nothing is real. We just make it feel like it's real, but it's not. It's up here. And I think also a very important point that you mentioned is that before joining my program, like you didn't really have a structure. You were just looking up workouts, Instagram, YouTube. And I remember you also told me you were following your husband's rugby program, I think, at the gym,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, which
I've done it quite a few times. I just do what he does, and his is all rugby focused, which is all good. Like, but I'm not a rugby player, so it's, yeah.
Yeah, I think like when something is not really specific to you, it just doesn't help too much because there's, you're not working, you're not doing something specific to your goals. You're not doing something specific to your labels. You're not a rugby player. You probably don't have the same endurance as your husband. You're not on the same label. That's okay. And that's why having something that is personalized to you and your lifestyle does make a huge difference. And it makes things easier when you're at the gym because okay, this is my workout. These are, the exercises that I have to do. You can have a look before going to the gym. This is how many sets, how many reps, the rest of anything, and you even went to ask someone for help in Spanish because I'm pretty sure, yeah, you told me, but you told me like I asked to this trainer help how to use this machine or something like that, which again it just shows how much you were pushing yourself and how much you were stepping out of that comfort zone, which is amazing.
Even in Spanish too, not even in English. Like I had to get through 2 comfort zones in one go, but I done it.
Yeah. What do you think that thing, or what do you think helped you or made you push yourself out of that comfort zone?
I think it was just the consistency and the showing up as well. Like the more you show up, it does get easier day by day, and the more you try new things, even just little new things like getting back on the leg press or getting back on a machine that you just have no idea how it works, and figuring out those little things each day just start like building that confidence as well. Like, yeah, just the little consistent things, changes, and the trying new things. I think like not being afraid, just trying one little new thing a day or one little new thing each workout just builds up to like be a massive change overall. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like the little things that we try or that we do. It's like I feel like sometimes people just feel like they need to go from 0 to 100, like they have to push themselves so hard, like very soon. And it's like if you do that, you can do it, but if you do it, it's only gonna make your anxiety a little bit bigger. It's only gonna make you do things that then you're gonna hate it because then you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, why did I do this? This is too much. It's just gonna be too hard.
Yeah.
You do it like little tiny things, like you say, just learning how you, or going back to the leg press, something like maybe talking to someone at the gym, training in a different area of the gym, little things like that, that you might think like, this is so silly, like how is this going to help me? But that's going to build your confidence. And that's exactly what happened to you. And that's why now you're able to go to different areas of the gym. You don't care about what people say anymore. You don't care if they're looking at you or not. You don't care if you don't speak the language. You're just doing your thing. And that's that's wait, that was one of our main goals, like getting you back to the gym using those different machines, that different area, and just feeling more confident, which is exactly what you're feeling now. But did you overcome, or did you have like any challenges or setbacks along the way with your fitness journey?
Yeah, of course. Like, and I think a lot as well, like I said, especially as women with our cycles, that throws me a lot. Like when I do go through my PMS phase, that's like it's quite a hard one for me to mentally get through. So it was also staying in contact with you, and like I was quite like open, like, oh, having like a bad PMS day or whatever, and just getting your encouragement through it and being like, cool, like, you can still show up, just go easy, don't push for any high, what do you call it, like PBEs, or like don't up the weight or anything. And so just getting that reassurance as well and encouragement is good, and just realizing, okay, I don't have to fully quit on those days. Like I can still do something, I can still show up, but just be kind to myself. So there was those struggles. Yeah, there was like, it's the first time I've done proper meal planning. So that was up and down for me. That was still quite a learning thing, but it made a huge difference though, being able to learn your way around food and portions and stuff like that as well. So I still had those days, and again, you were really encouraging as well as a coach, like, when you're honest about it, you're like, hey, don't worry, like it's all good, enjoy the food still, but just tomorrow get back on track. So yeah, there's always little things like that. I think turning up to the gym, once I got confident and comfortable in there, that didn't seem to become a struggle anymore. There was little things like in the gym when machines are constantly busy, that's a frustration, and having to either wait around or try and think of something to do instead of that. That's something that really gets me annoyed. Like it can get me out of the mood to work out. when there's too many people, I get really annoyed. So I was having to also be like, okay, this is a public space. There's going to always be people. That's why I kind of avoided it as well and used to go outside, was because there's never ever people outside. So trying to work my way around people, or, you know, annoying people that are just annoy you in the gym. So having patience, learning patience around that. And yeah, they were probably my ups and downs throughout it.
Yeah, I think the gym one is something very common everywhere, and that's something that I hate as well. I just hate it, like when the gym's busy, you're not able to, or you have to wait around too long. But I think there's two choices there. That you can either make the choice of like, gym's too busy, I'm just gonna go home, or you can make the choice of, it's busy, but I'm gonna make it work. If I cannot do this exercise, I'm gonna jump to the next one or find an alternative. Like, there's always a way around it. Only if you wanna make it work. Obviously, if you don't, you're gonna make up that excuse, and it's gonna be much easier to go home. Absolutely nothing. And that's why I always said, like, the choice is yours. You are the one who can make the decision right now to get started with your fitness journey, or to finish that workout, or just stick to your meal plan, you know, whatever it is, but you are the one that has that control. And something else that you mentioned, like with the meal plan, not every single day is going to be perfect, and that's completely okay.
Yeah.
If you worry too much about making that day perfect, and then if it doesn't happen, you're simply going to be thinking too much. You're going to make yourself feel upset or disappointed that you were not able to stick to the meal plan 100%. But that's okay. You just have to remember that we are humans. We cannot do everything perfect every single day. It's more about like learning things. And okay, if yesterday or last week was not the best, that's okay. I'm gonna learn from last week. I'm gonna reflect on that week, see what things I can do better. Maybe I can manage my time better. Maybe I can pray for, I don't know, whatever it is that you have to make those little changes, apply that to the new week, and then it's just gonna make things much easier for you. You just don't have to overcomplicate things. Like, the more you overcomplicate, the harder it's gonna be for you to continue with your journey and to continue doing this. But do you feel like the way that you feel now about yourself, like the confidence that you have now, do you feel like this is helping you in different areas of your life?
Yeah, like if it does, like it teaches you that overthinking part in your brain. It teaches you to focus on like the job that needs to be done, or what you want to do, or what you need to do, and kind of it definitely ripples into every area. Like, I think every area needs to, you know, work together for things to happen smoothly. And so getting that, it really did teach me discipline. It taught me discipline in everyday life, and little things like just around the house, or, you know, interests or things that you do as well. It just helped me to really silence that overthinking and just focus on what it is I need to do ahead. And it did help me, give me that more confidence. I think as well, again, physically, the posture, you're standing upright, you're feeling more upright. Like mentally, I was feeling more upright as well. So it was all kind of, happening at the same time. It was a really good season of everything kind of crossing over and balancing out. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I always say, like, fitness, it does help you with everything. And how you do one thing, it's how you do everything. And if you gain that confidence back at the gym, you're gonna gain that confidence back with yourself. Like, even just the way that you walk, you know, having that posture upright, like, you're gonna walk more confident, you're gonna be more confident, and that's gonna make you and help you in your everyday life. Whether it's just going to supermarket, like literally just going to the supermarket and feeling more confident, walking around, like doing little things at home or outside your house or at your job, whatever it is that you're doing, but it does make a huge difference. And this is why I say it over and over again, like, I love fitness so, so much, not just because of the results that you get with your body physically, but also how it makes you feel, and how you start looking at yourself different. Like, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you no longer see that person that you used to see, but you start seeing someone else, and you start feeling so proud of yourself. And you're like, you know, I'm so proud of myself. I'm doing this for myself. I'm showing up for myself. And obviously, what you're doing, your daughters, you know, babies, kids, they watch everything that you do. And if anything, you're just an example for them. Especially because I think your daughter, one of them, the one that's 7 years old, she goes running with you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which is
she started doing some runs with me, and it's cool. It's cool. And she knew that I had a coach, and she'd always ask about it, and like, she watched me on that journey as well, and we're quite open with her, so she was aware of everything that was going on. And she'd see me taking my photos, and I was able to explain, oh, I just want to see how my body's getting stronger and how I'm getting healthier. And yeah, so she was like a part of that journey with me as well. And that's what I want. I want it to be a normal thing for her. And if she can get in, on the discipline side of things earlier than what I did, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. When I see like your stories on Instagram, I'm like, that's so cute. That's so cute, and it's amazing because you set that example for her. And I'm sure she's your baby, but I'm sure she's so proud of you for, watching her mom doing that, transforming your life, your body, your everything, which is, yeah, it's something that I admire so much. And I will know if you're listening to this, you're gonna be like, wow, that is a true example. That's just beautiful. But what part of my coaching do you think has played to your success?
Of your help?
Yes.
Sorry, didn't quite get that. Yeah.
Sorry, a little bit. Yeah.
Like lots. I mean, yeah, that's okay. Honestly, just having someone that is, that you come on board with, that's first, not just your friend. Like, I saw you as, okay, you're a coach. Like, that's how I met you as well, which was good. I respected you as a coach. Someone that wasn't like, I wasn't having to rely on my husband. That was, you can easily get a bit like, oh, nah, I don't want to go today. You can easily push aside their encouragement and their accountability for what you're wanting to do. He knows my goals. He knows I wanted to get fit and get back. And some days his encouragement helps. Some days I could easily just brush it off. Whereas having like a coach and someone to hold you accountable, that accountability like was kind of everything, especially to start off. Having the app as well and having everything set out so easily. I'm a really visual person, so seeing that set out so visually, it had videos of how to do the thing, which I'd replay every time. I was like, okay, just make sure I'm doing it right. I'd play the video, do my reps, enter them in. It had the timer, it had everything set up, so you don't have to worry about anything. Anything. You just do it. You just show up and do it, which again takes a little bit more of that mental load away, so you can focus on just doing the workout. And yeah, having your constant, like, you were there every day for any time I'd need to voice message, or if I had a bad workout, I'd send a voice message. If I had a good workout, I'd send a voice message, and you'd reply back. Even though you're a coach, you had that, you still showed up as a friend as well at the time, and in conversation, and just being encouraging. And again, like I said, never telling you off if you've done something bad or you didn't do something. It wasn't like a slap on the hand. It was like, that's all good, like, pick it up again tomorrow. Or you just had a really good balance of knowing how to coach, how to encourage, and how to stay alongside someone without making them feel bad for slipping up or missing. Like, there was some weeks where maybe I missed a couple of workouts as well, but yeah, it was just having you there, the accountability, the check-ins, someone you can just message for the good or bad days or workouts that maybe other people wouldn't understand. Other people might be like, why are you getting annoyed at something like that in the gym? Or I don't know, but you understood it, you had time for it, and you could then back it up with encouragement as well for the next time. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And that's what I think, something I needed, especially at that time, and for that shift in my training season as well.
Yeah, I just think like it's very important. It's very important for coaches. Like, obviously, everyone has their own way of coaching, and that's completely okay. But for me, there's no point of me telling someone off or like being rude or being, mean to someone. That's not the way for me to coach someone. That's not going to help them. If anything, that's just going to make you feel upset. It's going to make you feel guilty. It's going to make you feel like maybe I shouldn't be sharing or talking to my coach anymore because she's too mean, or she doesn't, she's telling me off too many times. And that's just going to stay like in your little circle and won't help you to have that open communication with your coach. And also something else that you mentioned that I really like, it's like, your husband is very encouraging. He helps you. He knows your goals. He knows everything. But the problem, and I hear this from women many times, like the problem when you work with your husband, even though they love you so much, they will not be able to coach you. Because like you say, it's easier, like if they tell you something, it's easy to be like, whatever, like it's just my husband. I'll just Or like,
get
what
an attitude or get a mood.
or like, why do you tell me that? Like, are you okay? Why do you tell me that? And
Yeah.
that's when women tell me, like, if I'm just working with my boyfriend or husband, like, okay, how is that going for you? Like, is that really helping you? Like, I know he loves you, I know he wants the best for you, but is he gonna be there for you all the time as a coach? Not as a husband, but as a coach. Is he gonna keep
Yeah.
you accountable with your workouts, with your nutrition? Like, husbands are there to be your husband, not to be your fitness coach. Even if they are fitness coaches,
Yeah.
like having that relationship of, you know this person too much, it doesn't really help you. Like, if you're truly like serious
It's
about,
different.
yeah, like the respect that you have, you still respect them, of course, but the respect that you have for your husband and for your coach, for a coach, will be, yeah, it's different. It's not the same. And that's why I always say, like, invest in a coach. Invest in a coach, like invest in someone that can give you that structure, that accountability, that help, because it does make a huge difference on your journey. But what's something that you will say to someone like sitting on the fence of getting started with their fitness journey or maybe joining my program? What's something that you will say to them?
Yeah, I'd say definitely put it up on your priority list. Like I know it's something a lot of the time it's with a lot of health and fitness things I see it's low on the priority list or on the finance list. And I know finances can be hard, like, we all have those struggles. But if you're able to shift some things around and reprioritize, like I think it's definitely up there, especially if you're a mom, like you need that time for you to get back on track, to get your posture and just everything balanced. Like the fitness is so important. Having someone there to help you alongside, like you can feel so lost postpartum as well. Just really relook at your priorities and your finances. See where you can maybe reshuffle some things and invest in it. Because once I did, like I just kind of fell into it as well. Like I saw as I'd done the quiz, I was like, oh, I'll have a little look, I'll have a little play, done the quiz, done the chat. And then it kind of just happened. I was like, oh, actually, this is something maybe I really want. And had a chat with my husband and we talked about it, how we could work it with our finances. And we made it a priority. He made it a priority with me as well. Like I explained to him, like, I am stuck. Like I don't, I'm just showing up doing these things and I wanted more structure and he could see that. So we had to chat about it. We had to move things around to make it work for me, but it's definitely worth it. Like you need to look at where you're spending your money. You're saying you can't afford it, but then you go and you signed up to all these subscriptions, or you're always out at cafes, or you're always out buying dinners and lunches, or buying all the fashion items. And like you got to really relook at those priorities, and it's so worth it. Even if it is just, I know I was only four going on 5 months maybe with you, but even that, well, it was so much for me, and for others they may need longer. And I think it's, it is important to have that consistency as well. But I definitely think, like, just give it a go. Yeah. Put it on that priority list. Like it's like that saying, there's never a workout you'll regret. Like it's the same with having a coach and having that accountability and that structure. Like I just don't regret it at all. Like, yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. And I think having a good coach, because if you get something cheap, you're gonna get something cheap. And when you pay for cheap, you pay double, because then you will not like that, you will not get results. And then you have to invest more money, and then you're gonna be like, I should have done this for the first time. But I love how you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Once you make it a priority, you can shuffle things around. I know that it's an investment. We know that it's not cheap. But if you truly want to make this work, you will make it work. And that's exactly what you did. We're working together, roughly 4 or 5 months. But now you have that structure. Now you have that consistency. Now you have proven yourself that you can do it. Now you are like this different person. Like you're still you, but with more confidence. You don't know much. You're like, you have this different mindset, this different outlook of things, which is helping you so much with many different things. So if you truly want to do this, guys, stop wasting that money getting your nails done. If you say, I don't have money, and then you're getting your nails done.
Mine aren't done anymore. They haven't been done for a long time.
But this, I mean,
nails.
Yeah, but it's like little things like that, like your coffee, one coffee a day, that's like $5, 5 coffees a week.
Yep.
That's $25 in 1 week. in 1 month, that's almost 100. Like little things like that, like buying clothes, handbags, shoes that you don't need, gym clothes that you don't need. You can spend that money, invest the money on a coach. You don't need a new shoes of Nike. You don't need a new Nike shoes. You don't need new leggings. You don't need nothing. All you need is just that accountability, that support, because without that, all that clothes, all that pretty clothes that you have, it's gonna be sitting there on your drawers for nothing. You're not gonna be showing up to the gym. You won't have that confidence to socialize with your friends, or you won't have that confidence to show up to different things. So it's always about, yeah, making yourself and your health a priority. And then everything else, trust me, will come with time. But you just have to put yourself first. Be a little bit selfish. I'm not saying be completely selfish, but being a little bit selfish is okay. Making sure that you know that yourself is important, putting aside this time and investment for yourself. And trust me, once you do that, things are going to change for you and you're going to feel so much better. But thank you so much, Levana, for joining me today. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about your success story. I know that this is going to help many women that are watching this or listening to this podcast to maybe open up their minds a little bit more and help them get started with the fitness journey. But is there anything else you want to mention before we go?
No, I just think, yeah, if you're thinking about a coach, definitely consider Daniela. She's amazing. I've seen her, like there's a few people I know who actually work with her as well. And so do go with someone as well that you can trust, or if there's people that you know that you trust that are with them, ask them as well what they're like as a coach. And yeah, definitely give it a go. Start the journey. You just have to start, otherwise you'll never get there. With like, it's taking that first step. Go on and do the quiz and do the consult and just see where it leads.
Yeah, work with someone, and I always say work with someone that you can relate to, work with someone that you can connect.
Yeah.
If you can connect with me, amazing. If not, find someone that you're gonna be able to have that relationship and that connection. Don't wait for that perfect time. But thank you so much, guys, for watching or listening to this. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it on your social media and tag me at Daniela del Carpio. Until next time, and as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao.